Alright guys, me and Quincy at the gym. It's about to go down.
Yeah, we're about
in 5,
kill it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So first, make sure you consult your doctor before you try any of this workout. But first, we just got on the elliptical for 10 minutes just to get, your body warmed up, your joints, get everything ready for the workout. We got on the rowing because the rowing is a low impact exercise and it works pretty much your whole body. So this is a really great way to actually build muscle and also lose fat too as well. We did different variations. As you can see, now she's moving it up a little bit higher. We're also going to change it from side to side, which also works the abdominals pretty well. That's why I love the rowing. We move on to some stretches. The whole point of this is to stretch your hamstrings, especially if you have tight hamstrings. I recommend this warm-up exercise to anybody that want to really strengthen their hamstring and also stretch their hamstrings too as well.
Okay, that's good.
Now this is a knee tuck. That's a really good exercise on your glutes, your hamstrings, and your quads too as well. So as you can see, when she brings it up, she brings it a little bit more tighter upwards per se to get a really good stretch. Now this exercise is the crab walk. It works really well on the hip flexors. This is a really great exercise for women. So now we are doing some squats using the steps and also the KBs, also known as the kettlebells. Now this is a really great exercise to build overall lower body. And as you can see, I have the steps there is because the more you go lower, the difficult it gets if you don't know how to do the squat right, because if you can't do your squat right, you can cause a lot of stress on your knees.
Squeeze it when you come on top. Squeeze that back in. Squeeze it. There you go. Good.
So this second one, when she comes up, she squeeze her butt a little bit tighter so that you can get a really good strengthening of the glutes, especially the gluteus minimus, which is all the way underneath the medius and the maximus.
Good.
Now this is sort of like a squat but staying in a lower position, and it works the hips. Mostly it works the abductors and also the glutes too as well. That's a really difficult exercise, especially if you use the band, which we are going to be using the next couple days. And it burns, it hurts if you actually do it right, and you can also feel it on your quads too as well. As you can see, she's really struggling because you have to stay low.
Good.
So the main point of this exercise is to definitely keep your heart pumping and going, raise your heartbeat. I like this exercises because it works the whole leg, and using the step definitely makes it a little bit difficult. Like I said, this also works your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, and also your calves too as well.
Good.
Okay, now we're doing some lunges. Lunges is a really, really great exercise to build your legs.
Okay,
So what we are doing
Jakes,
is
go ahead and go
single
backwards for me.
lateral lunges.
No. Turn
The whole
around. Yep.
point of this is most people when they do lunges they
Good.
always go forward, but as human beings we
Good.
move in all different planes. We move in sagittal, frontal.
Good.
So it's always
I
good
know.
to do something different
Because you don't do this much.
we
That's
don't move
why.
just one way. We can move in different ways. So that is why we also did a little bit of the lunges going backwards.
Good.
It's a really good way to strengthen your legs.
Good.
And it's even better if you add some weights to it. But today we started off with no weights. And also check your balance too as well. So we went straight to arms. That's my favorite. We did some bicep curls. The whole point of this is to activate the biceps, of course, the biceps, which means two. So we're working
going, you
on
got
that. We did different
Good job.
variations, as you can see. It will be coming up soon. There you go. That's the different variations. It's called hammer curls. So the more I guess you switch it up using different variations, the more it hits different parts of the biceps. So that's what we did. And then I believe the third one that we are going to do, we are going to incorporate the first and the second one into it. So there we go, as you can see. And also try to reduce the weight because you're just trying to target one muscle, because if you increase the weight then you start swinging, and that means that you're not actually working the specific muscle that you want it to work. So decrease the weight, use the right range of motion, and yeah, you will see your bicep grow.
Good job. Bra off, hair up, yoga pants on. Let's get some workout in.
So we moved on to the triceps. Of course, triceps means thread. That's why it's called triceps. We used different variations too as well to target each and every muscle of the triceps. First, we did a cable triceps. We did 10 on each side. So the right way to do it is to put your elbow right next to your stomach per se, and just keep it closed there, and then just extend your arm. And the more you extend your arm and bring it a little bit further away from your anterior side of your body,
So
the more
this
you get a
works your
really good
triceps.
stretch and also build your triceps.
Good. Is that too heavy? Give me 10. Good job.
We finish off with the arms with some bicep curls. At this point, she's really struggling to pick it up. And we move on next to some medicine balls. So the whole point of this is to use the medicine ball to hit the ground as
Good
hard as
job.
you can. In a squatting position, as you can see. This is a really great workout to build overall strength and endurance,
You got it.
and a sort of a cardio too as well. Build
Uh-huh.
your knees too as well. As you can see, she's not enjoying it very much, but this is a really, really good workout.
After this, we
to
will finish
build
off with some ab workout. Some
strength
really,
and
really great ab
endurance.
work.
It's a whole body workout. We then move on to some hip flexors.
Good job.
The whole point of this is to build your hips. Your hips is very important, and also flexibility of your hips too as well. This also helps prevent incontinence at a later age in your life. So it's really good for women to do this, and also bearers. Women give birth too as well. So this is a really good workout. So we did some circumductions of the hips, just to get the mobility in. As you can see, there is internal rotation going on, and also we're going to do some
Okay, this one is a lot
external
better than the
rotation
first
too as
one.
well.
So that means that your left hip is a lot good.
So this is a
Good.
hip abduction, and the whole point we did this was because when she was doing the circumduction of the hips, her hips was not moving very freely. So that is why we are doing the hip abduction, just to get a really good range of motions of the hips.
Good job.
We then move on to some kicks. The whole point of this is, as you can see, it activates the gluteus maximus and also the hips too as well, because you have to drive through with your hips. And this is a really great workout to build your glutes. Very good exercise. And also extend your hips too as well.
Good.
Okay, go ahead and give me both of your feet.
We then move on to some basic stretching where, I'm gonna help her stretch pretty much, because at this point her legs are sore, her hips are sore, her glutes are sore, her knees are sore, pretty much her whole lower body is sore. So we went ahead and we did some exercise. Some stretching exercise. As you can see, I'm stretching the quads. I'm doing some external rotation as well, and also targeting the hamstrings too as well, and also the hips. Then move on to the other leg, and we pretty much did the same thing. So for any starters, before you do this, when you put that person in that angle per se, make sure you don't lean forward too much. Make sure you get sort of a stretch, but not a really good stretch, until you try to do the next one. As you're about to see, I go a little bit deeper towards the stretch. It's about to come up right here. I'll go a little bit further, as you can see, because at this point she's ready for a deep stretch. And pretty much that's it.
Well, guys, thanks for watching. And it's been one hell of a day today, y'all. I was a little rusty, so I was a little bit tired from work, but I managed to get through this little workout. It wasn't too bad, but me, I was complaining the whole time. But that's okay, because some days in the gym you have bad days and you have your good days, so yeah.